Welcome friends to another video. In this video we'll be discussing about one editor called SED, that is called stream editor in Linux. So this is basically a text processing that you can, whatever the input stream that you have, like stream of text that you can process, and then you can give it during the pipeline. You can give whatever the process after the pipeline. You can redirect to any output or any file or that sort of thing. And you can in a file or in some of the text, you can search particular string or pattern of strings. You can search and replace few patterns. In fact, you can also modify in a file, like replacing, deleting. If you can also, if you're interested in nth particular line, like this particular number of line you want to delete, select or replace, that also you can select. A range of lines also you can select in a file. You can also ignore few patterns in a file, like comments, comment lines, blank lines, that sort of thing. You can also use multiple patterns, that also you'll be seeing in the hands-on few commands. This is not a advanced course, it's like basic as well as some of the frequently used SED commands, like that sort of thing. Okay, let's go back to the what is called the terminal, Unix terminal. You can see by going there, you can just type which SED. You can type which SED, it will give you the binary. In manual, if you type manual, it will go, give you the what are the manuals of SED has. Like there are a couple of commands, so we are not going details into that. We'll be using -i, -e and d, like that sort of. Only few. I means in place replacement, that also we'll see. So this is like manual. If you can go through, if you are you're stuck somewhere in between, you can directly report that by going to the Unix command. If you don't have any internet also, you can use that on the terminal itself. And after that, there is a command also, help, that will just man -help, sorry, not man, SED -help, that will just show you the what is called the short form of the commands. Manual is like detailed version of the SED, and here let's try which version we have. Like if you can also try something like SED version, that will give you the version is around 4.2.9. okay, this is not too old. This is like nearly latest version. Okay, after that you can try something like SED. If you do SED, let's suppose I have a file cat, I can cat that. You can also do the same thing using SED double tap in the sense that will give you whatever you type on the screen input to terminal, that will also reply you back after processing. Exactly, it does nothing, because double quotation means nothing. It will, whatever you give the terminal, it will just return you back. It doesn't do any processing. Similarly, if we can do SED, okay, you can do SED hyphen okay, what is that? N means suppress the output. Without N also you can try, it will just print. You can, in the pop-up window, you can see SED1. if we are searching something like /n and p, it will just print. Wherever there is a n, it will just try to print in the screen with the duplicate lines. But here those number of lines won't be printed. Only wherever there is an output 1 matches, then you will get that. That means it's suppressing the duplication values. Okay, let's cat that and we'll see. Okay, p means /p means it will try to print it. -n means it's split, suppressing the output, duplicate outputs. Okay. Okay, if you ignore, if you don't want to print wherever there is one, like wherever there is one, don't want to print that, and other than, like the negation of the file, wherever there is no one, then we can print that. There you go. That means you can, okay, you can filter. You can also, because you might get any requirement, like wherever there is a this keyword, just ignore that line, that you can use it. And after that, let's try to do something like search and replace. How to do that? There is a command like scd, then you can use inside quotation s means search, scd inside quotation you can use s // then again slash. Inside the first slash you can find what are the thing you want to search, and in the next section you want to what are the things you want to replace. Like small one you can replace with all uppercase, see, and that if you are not giving any argument, it is replacing only the first occurrence of each line, that you can mark it, each line, not everything. So, not the second occurrence, like one in the first line you can see the second 1 2 is not replacing. 1 means by default means the first occurrence, because if you omit also it will take as 1. If 2 means the second occurrence, here it is replacing, see, the second, wherever there is a second occurrence it is replacing to uppercase, it is converting to uppercase. If you just give something like G means globally it will replace everything, instead of everything, wherever it is there it will just replace everything. You can also select like starting from third to last, first to third, that like that, not first to third, like last to something like some particular position to last, that also you can select. That is how do you do that. Like let's suppose I want to replace 3 and then till end, like starting from third occurrence to end. See first 2 occurrence it is not converting to capital letter of uppercase, and after that from third to end it is replacing, it is converting to uppercase, because I have now given the command like search and replace, that with capital letter. Okay, there you go. Like we have learned search and replace a couple of cases. Now if you like to ignore some line, like if you are not interested other than third line, how to do that? There is a command like scd, same exactly in the same quotation, like the third line I don't want to convert that, I want to skip that. How to do the same pattern, but inside the quotation you just write 3 then negation, like exclamatory mark means is negation, like other than third line it will replace all other occurrences. It's pretty interesting. Okay, and also if you can replace, if on that particular line if some other key parameter is there, then only replace, otherwise don't replace. Like the key parameter, like I can assume something like 20. If 20 is there, then only replace those lines. That means I should replace only the first line and third line, because it has 20. So I will replace that with a pattern something like 20 // see, only the first line has 20 and the second line has 20, it is converting the small letters into capital letter, uppercase letters. The last one it is ignoring, because it doesn't match with the keyword 20. There you go. That is also another use case scenario. And also what you can do, you can use something like -e also, it will do the same thing. This is like expression, it is not modifying the file provided, by the way, it is on the fly, whatever you are seeing it. If you cat also, it is not converting the file, but if you are interested to convert the file, then you can just replace -e with -i, that is in place replacement. That means it will modify the file. Most of the scenario you'd be interested to modify the file, you can use this command -i, that is inline replacement. If you cat, then all the file, all the whatever you wanted, it is doing the same thing, like it is converting into capital uppercase letter. Okay, let's revert back my changes, like copy back. I have made a original copy of that file so that I can copy it back and process for all other my use cases. And okay, we'll go to another use case, something like comment line. Comment line starts with most of the Unix system like Perl, Python and Bash cases, it starts with hash. Anything starting with hash, it is treating as comment line. So we'll ignore those lines while processing for the rest of the thing. Like starting, we can do the same thing, sed-e, and then inside quotation I will just, I means if you want to modify the file, but I am not interested in modifying the file. Then search, then whatever the, you can like starting means the caret sign, starting with whatever the starting, then you can replace with hash. Comment line, oh sorry, I'm not trying to ignore the comment line here, I'm just trying to add comment line before initially, sorry, my bad. So I want to add, let's suppose any file that you want to comment, let's suppose you want to add particular spaces to that, then you can add a particular space or tab or something like a number also you can add, or hash, any other thing that you can do starting with hash. You can also similarly use at the rate. If you do at the rate, you can also, that means at the end. Okay, if it is 5, you can replace that. We will try with that, something like 0 0 0. It is not replacing. We will try with some regular expression inside square bracket. If you type anything capital letter or small letter, then 5, that means it will replace with you. Only one occurrences I have in the 6th line, so that is replacing. The next one is not replacing because it has capital B. So like you cannot add that many number of use cases like capital or small. By that you can just add I means ignore case. Wherever the pattern, it will just replace. See, it has replaced those 5s, this one also and the other one. Any user case, it can, you can add any combination, it will also replace any combination of cap or a small letter of 5, it will replace to 0 0 0 0, right? If you add I, like means it, you ignore the use case. Okay, that also you can remember and use it whenever required. Okay, and now what we can try, comment line we have tried, we have also add spaces, ignore case we have tried, history. Okay, let's go back to the history. What are the commands we have tried? I just wanted to check. Okay, 3 bang, like other than, if you wanted to skip any particular line, but if you want to include that particular line also, you can try. Okay, you can, let's try that again. I forgot to mention that SED 3, only wherever there is only 3rd line that you want, then you can modify like any particular line. Okay, that is like any particular line, any occurrences, then we can modify. Now you can also select a range of lines like starting from 3 to 5, 3rd to 5th line you can replace, or 2nd to 4th, or 3rd to last, or 1st to 2nd, that also you can try. So what is that? You can justify use comma, like 3rd to 5th, this line. Okay, 3rd to 5th line, not the last, 3rd and then 5th, 3rd 4 5, 3 4 5, these 3 lines you can select. Let's suppose you want to select the towards the end, starting from 3, you can use dollar means at the end. Those lines, it will replace the small one with the capital uppercase one, and everything means $1 $1/$, that means you can ignore also, it will take everything, $1 or $, no need to write it. And starting from 1 to 3 also, like the top 3 line, starting from 1 and then 1 comma 3, that you can use it. Okay, so we have tried the range of lines. Now you can also use multiple patterns, something like 2 such patterns or 2 3 multiple patterns that you want to use it, something like the one we have already tried. Let's suppose try something like 2. Okay, 1 we have already tried in the same format. Anything you can choose, because we are going to use I capital 10, and another pattern just I was talking about, like 2, anything small, TWO, you can replace that with cap uppercase TWOO or something like that, so that we can better visualize it quickly. And you can give the file name at the end. See, it is replacing 1 wherever there is 1 to 10. See, you can mark as 10, and also wherever there is small 2, it is replacing with capital uppercase TWOO. Okay, so in that case you can have multiple number of patterns depending upon the requirement or use cases. Okay, now we have learned a couple of tricks. So let's suppose if we're interested in deleting couple of lines, that is like deleting lines that you don't want, it is necessary for your analysis or for your purpose, then you can delete that line, provided, okay, let's suppose you remember 3 line, like the third line, if you're not interested, like it's a junk data, then you can replace. If you know that any particular file, then we can replace something like inside the quotation 3 means third line, D means delete, and the file name. See, the third line, what is the third line? 120, that is not there. That is not there. That is gone. Okay, and similarly, you can also say selective range, like starting from the top 3 line, it is gone. Top 3 line also you can select, and starting from second line to end also you can select. So this is like starting from second line to end. How to do that? SCD, then SCD. Okay, I think it doesn't. Let me think. Okay, SCD, that dollar, 2/$, then D. Starting from third to end means top 2 line. Other than top 2 line, it will delete rest of the lines. That there are only 2 lines I have, then after that everything is gone. So that also you can try depending on the requirement. That is, this is not updating it. So once you put I inline replacement, then only it will modify the file. So okay, so I have modified the file, deleted most of the lines. Let's copy it back from restore the original file so that we can do some other stuff. Okay, now we have the file back. Now if you're interested something like any particular pattern, like if this string is there in that line, then only delete that line, right? So that also could be one of the use cases. You might be interested in deleting those particular lines if that was a string which you don't like, something like 6. If you're not interested, then we can use something like inside quotation slash, this is the 6, this pattern I am not interested, so delete it if it is there in the line, like /d, delete the file name, so it will just delete the file. Okay, there you go. So that is gone. Okay, that would be another interesting something like if you're interested in deleting blank lines, that also you can try. Like if it is taking so much of space and you are interested, not space, like reading through, if I have 10 such lines, 10 such blank lines within one line, if you're interested to delete that, you can also delete. Let's suppose try to add that. I don't have any blank line in my file. I'll add it. I'll insert some of the blank lines so that I can delete those. Cat, see, I have blank lines right now. So you want to delete the blank line, SCD, then inside the quotation, then double slash, forward slash. Then what you can do, what is the pattern? No, I'm not using that because dot it don't do anything. Only if you give some pattern, it will do something like starting with caret and dollar, means starting with and ends with nothing. That means there should not be anything between starting and end. That means it's a blank line, right? This is not even space. It will ignore the space. There you go. It has filtered all the black lines. If you want to interested, then you can put -I. It will modify the file. Otherwise not. But I'm not going to do that right now. You can try that. Okay, and you can also add blank lines. Okay, I have modified it for your sake. Now I want to add forcibly blank lines in between the lines. How to do that? That is also a case. Otherwise you need to go add some other pattern or manually put blank lines. So you can do that within single command, capital G and semicolon, and your file name. It will add that many number of blank lines. See, so much of effort it has saved. You can try that. If somebody asks you to put blank line in each line, no need to do it manually, you can use this command. You can add double blank lines or triple blank lines also, like that many number of G you can add, capital G. Okay, if somebody asks you to if the line contains some pattern, then only you can add the blank line after that. The pattern is something like capital means inside the slash forward slash you can add 6, and after that add a blank line. It will also do the same thing. See, only that line it is adding. You can be depending upon your use case, you can add your stuff over there. Okay, that means SED we can try some advanced level of commands, so that in the upcoming videos. So thanks, stay tuned for upcoming videos. This is the history that we have tried. You can use it for your references. Thanks for spending the time. Bye bye, see you soon.